So my question to you is, do you want a serious answer? Because I am not here to shit on anyone's religion. If you believe in a soul, that's great. You do you. I don't have a problem with religion. I don't have a problem with spirituality. I am an agnostic person at heart. If you believe in a soul, if you believe in something like that, that is fine by me. But from a psychological perspective, the thing that we call a soul is a coping mechanism. All scientific data points toward consciousness being not particularly special. It is just electrochemical impulses in meat, which means it can be made, it can be altered, it can be copied, which means that you, the you that you are, isn't special. You can make a copy of you that then experiences the things you do and is exactly you up to the point that it's made, and then its experiences start diverging. Existing is not particularly special. But thinking about existence as not particularly special, thinking of us as nothing but an arrangement of atoms and cells and electrical impulses, is not useful for life and survival. Thinking of yourself as just a collection of energy and matter that just so happens to do something we might describe as thinking is not nearly as driving as thinking of yourself as a unique individual being with a unique individuality that needs to be protected at all costs. And so one theory put forth is that the notion of what we think of as the soul, a sort of unique individuality of us that persists onward, is part of a mental coping mechanism that evolved to allow us to seek survival instead of give in to existentialism, so to speak. And that seems like really high-functioning brain behavior, but actually we see similar concepts in animals like dogs and cats. There gets to be a point where thinking animals tend to gain a concept of thinking of themselves as individuals. And the possible social evolution of that into the quote-unquote soul might be because we learned a lot about ourselves. Like, we needed to evolve a sense of individualism to survive, because we needed to protect that individuality. But when we look to another person, we see that I'm meat and they're meat, and we're not all that different. So where is the individuality? Well, modern science would say the state of matter and energy that makes up your body and mind is different from mine. But before we have that modern science, philosophers and religious thinkers said, well, obviously it has to be housed somewhere else. I.e., there is a you that is definitely you that isn't just the stuff that makes up your body. And then we see that evolve into the afterlife and ghosts and so on and so forth. But again, this theory states that that all comes from an innate biological need to have a sense of individuality to drive survival. I.e., the concept of a soul is evolutionary in nature.